Hi, good morning dear children. Today I am so happy to see you because we are going to begin block 3 with an interesting story. So, before going to start our new lesson, let's ask some questions that we learned from the previous blocks. So, what is the difference between real and imaginary things? Are they different? Yes, the things that we can see, touch or smell in our real life are called real things. And the things that cannot happen in our life are called imaginary things. So, from the story Anya and the Dragon, Anya is real and dragon is an imaginary things. Okay, then what about order words? How many order words you have learned? Yes, we have learned 5 order words. We used order words such as first, then, next, after that and finally to retell the story. There we selected only the main events to retell the story. So dears, I hope you all have completed your notes and studied well, and also you are ready to attend our monthly test which will begin from next Monday onwards. So dears, now we are going to start our story Ben's Christmas Wish. So here, see, this is the cover picture of the story. So what can you see in that picture? Yes, someone is playing with a snowman. Who is that? Do you know about him? Yes, he is Ben from the story Ben's Christmas Wish. And see, there are so many other pictures. These all pictures are from this story. So see these pictures carefully. Okay, look at the first picture. Yes, someone is going out. That is why we can see 3 bags which is kept nearby the door. Am I right? Yes. Then what about the next pictures? Yes, here someone's are playing. Then what about here? Here also so many things are happening. And at last, yes, someone is coming from the outside. Okay, so dears, what are the things that coming to your mind after seeing these pictures? Yes, so many questions are coming after seeing these pictures. What are the questions? Yes, from this title, Ben's Christmas Wish. So here, what do you think Ben wants for Christmas? Then, where do you think the story will take place? Then, who are the characters of this story? How is the weather? Then, yes, when is Christmas celebrated? Or when do we celebrate Christmas? So many questions are coming to our mind when you are seeing these pictures, right? So, ma'am write some of the questions on this board. That means here, some questions. Here, number 1. What do you think Ben wants for Christmas? Yes, it is a question. Then what about the next question? Yes, where do you think the story will take place? Yes, then who are the characters of the story? Who are the characters of this story? Then number 4, yes, When is Christmas celebrated? When is Christmas celebrated? So dears, these are some of the questions that coming to our mind by seeing these pictures, right? So today we will read the story Ben's Christmas Wish and we'll learn to ask questions about stories. Okay, let's get started. Here, now ma'am going to read the story. So, you have to do one thing. Follow me with your pencil or your index fingers. Okay. So, Ben was sad. Dad was going away for work all the way from England to Australia. He wouldn't be home for Christmas. So in the story, we are talking about a little boy who is Ben. This Ben and his family members. So here what happened? Yes, here Ben's father, he is going out. So that is why he is not there for Christmas celebration. So our Ben was very sad for that. He is very sad to leave his father. Okay, then let's move to the next line. Ben loved decorating the Christmas tree with Dad. They would build a snowman together. So here Ben is thinking about the Christmas celebration that they had last year. That time, yes, they used to decorate Christmas tree very nicely, and also they used to celebrate so many things, and they would build a snowman also. So these all are the celebrations about their celebration that they had last year, right? Okay, so now what happened? Yes, now Ben's father is going out. So he is not there for Christmas. So that is why Ben he is becoming very sad for that. Okay, then let's turn to the next page. Here, but not this time, Ben waved goodbye as Dad left for the airport. It's okay, Ben, said Mom. We'll still have fun. Ben made a face. So here what happened? Yes, now his father is going, right? Yes, so our Ben, he is so sad, but what to do? So whatever it is, he want to say goodbye to his father with sad mind. So he said, okay, bye-bye, Dad. Then after that, what his mother said? His mother said that, hey, why are you so sad, my darling? Don't become sad. We will be having so much fun without Dad. So no problem, dear. Don't be sad. His mother said like this. Then at last what happened? Yes, here fun without Dad. Why don't you write a letter to Santa Claus? Asked Mom. What did he want for Christmas? A car? A train set? A puppy? Chocolate cake? Or new shoes? So here he is asking to his mother, hey Mom, how can I enjoy my Christmas without my dad? So what his mother said? Yes, she said that, oh, okay, my dear son, if you're missing your dad very much, then the Santa Claus will come and give you so many gifts. So, just write a letter to Santa Claus. Who told this? Yes, his mother telling like this. So, what happened? Here, he wanted all of these, but most of all, he wanted Dad to be home. Ben wrote his letter to Santa. He put it under his pillow. Then he shut his eyes and wished hard. So here what happened? Yes, here at last Ben wrote a letter to whom? Santa Claus. But what about his wish? He don't want anything. Actually, he wanted all of this thing, but most of all these things, he wanted to be his father with him. So, he wrote a letter to Santa Claus, and after that, he kept inside his pillow and slept nicely. Right? So, at last, in the end of the story, the next morning, when Ben was eating breakfast, he heard a car coming in. Who could it be? It was Dad. Ben couldn't believe it. It was snowing too much, said Dad. We couldn't fly in this weather. Yippee, said Ben. His wish had come true, and that Christmas, Ben and Dad built the biggest snowman ever. So here, yes, in the morning, when he is having his breakfast, he heard a sound from outside. So he thinks, oh, who is that? Who is coming inside my home? Yes, who is that? He surprisingly see his father. Then his father said, yes, it was very snow outside, so the flight can't fly. So I come back to home. So what about Ben? Yes, he is so happy and he jumped a lot. And also he said, oh, my wish. Yes, my wish comes true. It becomes true. It becomes real. What is that? Yes, he wrote a letter to Santa Claus. Yes, he wanted his father to be nearby him, along with him. So, at last, our Ben's wish becomes true. So, this is the story, Ben's Christmas wish. So, at the end of the story, yes, it's having a happy end. At the beginning, yes, everyone are sad because Ben's father is going outside, but at last, because of this weather, because of the cold, yes, the flight can't fly. So that is why his father came back. So this is this story having a happy ending. So dears, did you like this story? Okay, so let's come back to the first part of the story. Yes, when I am starting to read the story, I ask some questions to you, right? Okay, so now we will discuss that questions. Here, what do you think Ben wants for Christmas? What do you think? What about Ben's wish? Yes, he wanted his father to be at home. Then, what do you think the story will take place? The story will take place in a snowy area. In a snowy area. Who are the characters? Who are the characters? Yes, there is a main character. Who is that? It is our Ben. Then his father are the supporting character of the story. Then at last, when is Christmas celebrated? When is Christmas celebrated, yes? Yes, it is celebrated in the month of December. So, dears, you have to write these questions, these 4 questions into your notebook and write these answers also. Ma'am will send these answers soon. So, dears, we can understand that different question words which I asked you to different questions. Different question words ma'am used for asking different questions, right? So today we are going to learn the things that are these question words. Now I will explain you different question words. So the question words are what, why, where, when and who. So dears, all these words are different question words which we used for asking different questions to get some certain information or message from others. So here listen, all these words are start. It will begin with the letters W and H. It will begin with WH letters. It is WH questions. So here where, when, who, what and why. So when do we use these question words? Yes, from the in the first standard we have already discussed this one, right? So let's discuss about this time. When do we use these question words in our life? Yes, the question word who. When do we use that question word who? Yes, when we are asking any questions for any person, there we will be using the question word who. So, who is your father or who is your mother? Like that, these are some examples. Then, so here, let's write here person. Here, person. Then what about this what? Yes, there we want to know about the things. That means when we are asking any questions about any things or any actions, that time we are using this word what. For example, if anyone is doing there, that time we can ask, hey, what are you doing there? Yes, he is doing some actions. So we are asking about that. What are you doing? So here, what? These question word we are using for things. Things or action. Then what about this why? Yes, here ma'am already wrote that this is why we want to get the reason. Because if someone is crying there or if your friend is crying there, you want to get the reason. So how can you ask, oh my dear, what happened? Why are you crying? So here these question word, this WHYY, these question word we are using to know about the reason. Then what about this word? Yes, you know that it is to know about the place, to get the idea about the place, or where are you coming from, or where is your house. Like that we want to get the place. Then what about this when? Yes, it is to know about the time. It is to know about the time. So here these what? To know about the things or action, and why? To know about the reason, and where? To know about the place, and when? To know about the time, and who? To know about person. So these are different question words that we are asking for different questions. So while asking these different questions, we will get different opinions and different answers from different peoples. Okay, so let's move to our workbook. Here is your questions from block 3 S1. It is about asking questions. Write 3 questions for each picture. One is done for you. So dears, here you have to frame the questions. You have to make the questions. So one is here. It is an example. One is given here. Number 1. Ben does his homework after school. So Ben does his homework after school. So dears, this is an answer. So based upon this answer, you have to frame the question. That is this thing you have to do here. So Ben does his homework after school. So there are given 3 types of questions for these answers. Letter A. Who does homework after school? So who does homework after school? Yes, Ben does his homework after school. What does Ben do after school? After school, he will do his homework. Then when does Ben do his homework? Yes, he will do his homework after school. So all these 3 questions having only one answer. So like this way, you have to do these further questions by the help of these pictures. So number 2, I go to school at 8 o'clock. I go to school at 8 o'clock. So there are 3 questioning words are given. What are the questioning words? There are 3 questioning words are given. It is who, then where, then at last it is when. So dears, you have to frame the questions based upon these given questioning words. So what will be the questions for these answer? Who with who? So here I go to school at 8 o'clock. So who, which time we are using? When do we use this who? Yes, there is to know about the person. So here who goes to school. What will be the answer? Yes, here I go to school at 8 o'clock. So you have to complete that questions. That means who goes to school at 8 o'clock. Like that you have to write. Okay. No need to write like this. Who goes to school at 8 o'clock. Then B, where. Where? Yes, where. It is there we want to get the place. So remove the school. Then after connecting these all sentence to make a question. So where do you go at 8 o'clock? There. Where do you go at 8 o'clock? Right? At 8 o'clock. So this is the question. After that, after ending, you have to put a question mark. Then at last, when. When there is, we want to get, when means what? There is when we used for getting the time. So here time is given 8 o'clock. So when do you go to school? That's all. Here, when do you go to school? Right? So like this way you have to complete these tasks. Then let's move to the last one. My mother buys vegetables every Tuesday. So there are 3 questioning words are given. Who, what and when. So how can we make this one question by using this who? Yes, who means it is asking about a person. So who? Yes, who buys vegetables every Tuesday. Then what about what? Yes, what? We need to get the thing. So here what that mother buys, she is buying something from the vegetable shop. So what is it? That are vegetables. So here we need to cut the word vegetables. Then after take that whole sentence and connecting to each other. So what about the word will become? Yes, it is what mother buys every Tuesday. What mother buys every Tuesday. Then last one, when. It is about the time. That means every Tuesday. That is the time. So here when do your mother buys vegetables. So like this way you have to complete this workbook. So then let's move to our practice questions. There are 2 questions are there. Here before that I forgot to say something. It is about in this story our Ben's Christmas wish, there are some keywords are given. So it is Christmas. It is a festival, you know that. Then believe, that means to think of something as true. Then decorate, it is to make something more beautiful. Then shut, to close something, and together along with other peoples, and wish, to hope something that is not easy to get, right? So these are the keywords. So First of all, you have to write block 3 and write the story title Ben's Christmas Wish. Below that, you have to write these keywords: Christmas, believe, decorate, shut, together and wish. These are the new words, and underline also. From this story, you have to underline these keywords. So dears, I hope it is clear to you. So then the practice questions. Answer the questions. A. What festival does Ben like most? Which festival Ben like most? Yes, it is the festival Christmas. So you have to write in full sentence. As I told you in the last class also, whenever you are getting a questions, first every time you have to complete in full sentence. Then only you will get full mark. So then B. Why was Ben sad? Why was Ben sad? Ben was sad because his father is going outside. Then his father is not with him at that Christmas, in that Christmas. Then what does Ben's mother tell him? Yes, Ben's mother tell him to write a letter to Santa Claus. What happens in the end? What happens in the end? Yes, at the end of the story, his father come back. That happens at the end of the story. Then write a question for these answers. So as we already do this, as we already did this workbook, that means frame the questions, making the questions based upon the given answers. So Ben is sad. So what about that sentence? Yes, that sentence is it is talking about a person. So here you have to make a question word with who, person, who. So, who is sad? Who is sad? Yes, the answer will become Ben is sad. Then he is making a snowman. So, here it is this sentence talking more about an action. So, for action or any things that we are doing, that time we are using the word WHAT, what? So here how can we frame a question? Yes, here what is he doing, or what he is doing, or what is Ben doing? Like this you can make a question. Then his father is going to Australia. It is this sentence talking about a place. It is Australia. So to get the answer as place, there we want to use which word? WHERE, word. So here how can, yes, where is his father going, or where is Ben's father going? Like that you can make. Then Ben's mother asked him to write a letter to Santa Claus. So this is also telling about an action, a thing that Ben's mother is telling something to do. So what is the thing? It is to write a letter to Santa Claus. So what did Ben's mother ask him to do? So what is the thing? Yes, Ben's mother asked him to write a letter to Santa Claus. So dears, ma'am will give these all answers with a simple hints. So by using with the help of these hints, you have to write these answers correctly without spelling mistakes. Don't be so hurried to write these all answers in your notebook. You have to take your own time and write it in a simple words. Okay, so I hope you all understood this session. So thank you. See you soon.